Guys, so I'm at my friend's house actually bathing my son. So if you hear like splashing, it's because I'm over here bathing Justice. I'm at my friend's house trying to get him clean. I've been over here since this morning. I come over here often. And I think about Friday I probably won't be coming over here as much, so I'll probably be filming in my home. And I did tell you guys that I was going to get a backdrop, so if there are any business owners or entrepreneurs like life coaches or anything like that who want their logo on my new backdrop, you can email me at soncerae@gmail.com, okay? And I'm charging $25 for anyone who wants to, you know, put their logo on my backdrop. So I got about 8 more slots left. So if you are interested, please feel free and let me know. So I wanted to talk a moment about something that I saw inside of my comment section in my last video. And this guy said, you know, a lot of women always talk about what a good man is or what a real man is. What is your definition of a good man? And he said that a lot of women don't really know what a good man is to them, but they always can complain about men all the time. So I just wanted to talk about what I think a good man is. And here's my thing. Every woman has a different definition of what she believes a good woman is or a good man is, okay? There are women out there who believe they're good women, and there's some men and women out there who believe that they are a work in progress. I know for me, I know I'm a good woman, you know, but because I've been in relationships where I've been damaged a little bit, there's certain things that I need to work on in regards to my trust issues, okay? Because I think I have developed a level of trust issues as I've been, you know, dating and experiencing certain types of people. So, to me, a good man, number one, has to be smart. Because there's a lot of men out there who think they're smart or portray themselves to be like they're smart and they're not. And when I say smart, I mean a level of book smarts as well as street smarts. There has to be some type of balance there for me. And when I say street smarts, I don't mean like a thug or anything like that. I mean like there has to be a level of common sense to this man. There has to be something inside of him that has, you know, developed a good sense of decision making. Like if I figure out that I'm with a man who continuously makes poor decisions, like the last guy I was dating, once I figure that out, I realize that I will be the one who has to make the big decisions in regards to, you know, how we live, what we're doing. Because in regards to survival, you got to be able to be with someone who can make a decision if you're not there. So, and that goes for men too. Don't you want a woman around you who will make an executive decision if you're not, you know, capable of making that decision yourself? Maybe you're out of town. Maybe you know, something is going on with your health. Maybe you're in the hospital. You want a partner who can make good decisions. And when I say I want a smart man, that's really what I mean. I want a man who can make some good decisions and who is actually smart. Now, this is if I was dating. Everybody knows I'm not dating anymore. But this is what I considered a good man, you know, while I was dating. So that's number one. He has to be smart, okay? We have to be on the same level intellectually to be able to communicate with each other. Like, if we can't speak on the same types of things, if we're on two different sides of the spectrum in regards to how we communicate or his level of intelligence, our relationship isn't going to work out. And it's unfortunate that it's like that, because I'm a very open-minded person. Like, if a dude isn't on my level intellectually to where maybe he doesn't have as many degrees as I do, or maybe he doesn't know anything about IT, that's not going to make me feel like he's a bad person, you know. But now I have to rethink that whole thing and realize that, you know, men that aren't on my level intellectually, they are poor communicators. So, and I need to understand that simply because I'm on another level intellectually. All right, so that's number one. He has to be smart. He has to be on my level intellectually. All right. Secondly, he has to have a sense of humor, because I like to laugh. And sometimes when you're going through the hard times, The one thing that gets you through those hard times is laughter. You're not going to be able to avoid hard times. That's not how life works at all. You're going to have to be, you know, able to decide how to respond to a lot of the stuff that happens in your life. Because sometimes bad stuff is going to happen, period. There's nothing that you can really do about it. You can't avoid it. So he has to be able to laugh. And I mean at the right time, not at the wrong time. Like sometimes when a person laughs at the wrong shit, like maybe if a man laughs at your pain, that's a whole nother thing. That means he lacks a level of empathy and something is wrong with him. You know what I'm saying? So when I say he has to have a sense of humor, it means he also needs to apply his level of intelligence and decision making and know when to laugh and when not to laugh. You know, some shit just ain't funny. You know what I'm saying? Like some stuff, you just not funny, you know? That's number one. Number two. So we said smart, he has to be intelligent, he has to have a sense of humor. Okay, so he has to be secure as well. He has to have a level of confidence. I don't like insecure dudes. I don't like dudes that are not secure in their position. If I tell you I love you, I genuinely mean it. If I tell you that guy that was flirting with me at the store is somebody that I'm not feeling, I ain't never gonna kick it with, then that you need to be able to trust me. Usually men who are insecure are worried that a woman isn't going to do what they're supposed to do. You know, like, if I'm telling you that I'm a good person and I would never hurt you and you've never seen me hurt you, why is that still so hard to believe for you? It's simply because you have a level of insecurity. You are the type of person that's probably lying yourself or being deceitful yourself or being disloyal yourself, so you believe that a woman is being that towards you. And that's not the case. So I like men who are secure and very, very confident in themselves, okay? I also think a good man takes very good care of his body. I don't mean he has to be super buff and, you know, working out all the time, but he does have to eat well and take in consideration, you know, what he's consuming on a daily basis. And when I mean eat, I also mean consume mentally. Like, what kind of music is he listening to? What is he reading? What is he watching? You know, what is he doing? Those type of things, you know, affect your life as a whole. So in order for you to have a healthy mind, a healthy spirit, a healthy body, what are you consuming on a day-to-day basis? You know, that's what I think about when I think about a good man. Those are usually the things that attract me initially. Like, if I meet a man and he's attractive on the outside, it's like, okay, he looks good. But then once he starts talking to me, that lets me know whether or not I will continue conversing with him, or whether I will continue to go on a date with him, or you know, something like that. It has to be more to him than how he looks physically. I have to feel like he's a good man from that perspective, you know. And of course, some men have come off as that initially and then ended up not being anything like that after we started dating, or after we started talking for a while. I realized that he was actually pretty stupid, you know. I feel like one of the poorest choices I made in the past is not dating a man who did not have a college degree. My son's father was the first man that I dated that did not have a high school diploma. Okay, because usually when I'm dating someone, I feel like they have to have graduated from college. They had to been in corporate America. I didn't like dating blue-collar guys because I felt like they were making poor decisions in life. They hadn't chose to go to college. They didn't, you know, have anything to offer outside of them looking good, or, you know, and that was just a stereotype, and I wanted to make sure that that wasn't necessarily true. So when I started dating my son's father, finding out that he was, you know, hadn't graduated from high school and he hadn't done all of the things that, you know, I would usually look for in a man, I still gave him a chance because he still came off as intellectual. He was attractive to me. He was spiritual to me. Those things are important. Now, one thing about communication, and let me circle back to this because this is very important, and this is something that my son's father didn't do. You have to be honest when you're communicating. So a good man has to be extremely honest. The way you have good communication is if you are very, very honest about who you are, where you stand. That's part of having good communication. If you are on the same level of intellect with me, you will be able to understand that being honest is a part of communicating effectively. Like, you're not on the same level intellectually with me if you don't think being honest is something that you have to do. You know, But as far as like small stuff, those are the major things right there. Those are what's important to me. As we start getting into more specific, smaller things, I like men that read. I like men that can like teach me something. They have to know more than me. They have to be spiritually in tune. They have to have some kind of faith in a higher power. I'm not Christian. I'm Buddhist, but I feel like, you know, there is a force bigger than my own, and I have to respect that, you know. And even if there's a man out there who believes in himself greatly, you know, I appreciate that too, because that has something to do with confidence as well. So, you know, if you don't believe in God, maybe you're an atheist, but you still believe in yourself, you're extremely motivated. You know, those things are very, very attractive to me. And so, what else? He has to love children, of course. I have an 18-year-old, but when I say children, during that time when I was dating, I would look at men who like children and dogs, because I have a Yorkie. I liked men who liked children and dogs because that let me know they had a level of compassion, they had a level of, you know, empathy, softness towards them, a little bit of sensitivity. I don't want a man that's so sensitive that he cry at the drop of a hat, but I do want a man who, you know, is sensitive in regards to people who may be less fortunate than him, or maybe smaller than him, or maybe, you know, to me, that shows that to some degree that person is a protector, because you got to have some type of empathy for something to want to protect it. You know what I mean? Like, it just shows me that that's the first sign that I'm dealing with someone who is very protective. So, I don't know. I just like people who are outgoing, especially men who are outgoing, who like to hike and do outdoor activities and stuff like that. That is very important to me. So at the end of the day, a good man to me has to be one of those people who is very accepting of who I am as an individual and isn't trying to change me into the version of a woman he wants. He has to be okay with who I am, because I plan on accepting him for who he is. So I would hope that he would accept me for who I am as well in return. And that's it, really. You know, that's a good man to me. As far as he has to have his own car, his own home, I learned my lesson with that. I don't want to deal with a man who doesn't drive ever again. I did that. I don't want to deal with a man who doesn't have a place of his own. My son's father was the first man that I dated that didn't really have a place of his own. I think Ben didn't have a place of his own either, but I was living alone, so it kind of didn't matter. It was like Ben would just come over to my house, you know. So it just, I don't know. I think the more that I have, like the more that I'm financially stable, the more that I'm in a situation to take care of everything, I've always taken care of it, and that's really been the problem. You know, I've been dealing with men who haven't had themselves together financially, and I've been the breadwinner in the situation. I've been the one with the car. I've been the one with the job. I've been the one with the place to live. And I just feel like for the first time in my life, I relied on a man to lead, which a lot of men say that strong women don't allow men to do that. And so I allow a man to do that, and I guess I just allowed the wrong man to do that. Because I know a lot of men will come into my comment section and say, hey, you know, we do want to lead. We are providers. It just so happens that the man that you know, got with, that you relied on to provide with you wasn't the right type of man, you know. But when all men are acting the same from the beginning, like, how do you know that a man is a bad man until he starts showing you that he's a bad man? Because a lot of men pretend that they're good men. You know, a lot of men will be whatever it is that they think you want from the beginning, and you know, it's a wrap after that. So, I don't know, but I just wanted to share with everybody what I thought a good man is. Ladies, put in the comment section what you think a good man is. Most of us want someone who is just consistent and always there for us, you know, when we need them, and not just for finances, but if we need some type of, you know, support, our man is there. You know what I mean? That's really it. We want to feel protected and safe and loved and cared for. You know, that's all. So let me know what you think in the comment section below, okay? Have vision and stay focused. Namaste.